Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'm doing a first impressions gameplay video for Silkroad Online, a 3D fantasy MMORPG published by Joymax. Now I'll spend about 10 to 15 minutes running around checking this game out, make some comments. If you guys want to play Silkroad Online, or just learn more about it, do check out the full review on the link below. So let's just go ahead and get started. You can see all the flags. It says they're located in South Korea. This one is US, but the game is available worldwide, so you don't really have to worry about it. Let's go play on the Aerie server over here, and let's connect to it. I don't know why it said easy on it, but I guess that means you can connect to it. But let's just go ahead and log in right now. I mean, this game is incredibly popular. It was released back in like 2005, making the game somewhat old. But you saw right on the character creation screen just how popular the game was based on how many servers there are. I mean, there's like 20 plus servers out there. How many free-to-play MMORPGs have that many servers in them? So let's go ahead and create our character. I remember back when I used to play the game, all the servers were always full, so it was impossible to connect. So they made that process a little bit easier, and if you can't connect to the server right away, the game doesn't just kick you out. It gives you a little, like it puts you in a queue to log into the server. But the game is really popular, and I am liking this lizard over here. So we got this chess piece over here for the European characters, and we got this Chinese dragon dog thingamajig for the Chinese characters. So we got European and Chinese characters. Now the Chinese characters, and I like how the text goes outside of this box over there. But the Chinese characters basically use weapons. You got the sword, blade, spear, glaive, and bow, and 4 types of forces, which are ice, snow, fire, and water. And those are basically the classes for the game. You have the 4 melee weapons, and not 4, like 5 melee weapons, however many there are over there, and the 4 types of forces, which are basically spells. While the Europeans have, class names for their actual skills. But let's go play European for now. But I'll explain a little bit more of that once we actually jump into the game. So we can see my awesome character over here, and I'm not sure why F is capital, I is not, and weird way of spelling figure. But let's go play. I like this guy over here. He's smart. We can scroll through these real quick, and I guess these are your character in the game. Xenom, Anglo-Saxon commoner, mercenary soldier, formerly knight, highly ranked. Though I'm not sure. I mean, picking one of these really won't set your character class in the game. I guess you can kind of look at them as your race, but it's mostly just a way to do some appearance customization. I like how they go from humans to like werewolves and whatever this guy is over here. But yeah, they're pretty random. I am going to be this guy over here. Seems pretty cool enough. You can choose your height as well. I am going to be maxed out. You can play with your figure as well. And our starting weapon, we can scroll through these real quick, and it gives you a recommended class for each weapon as well. But I am going to do, let's see, is it a big weapon? Big two-hander? I want a two-hander. Let's see if I can find one real quick. There you go. I'll go with that. Two-handed sword. You can see your appearance as well. I'm going to go with this guy. He's got like armor on, not him. This guy. So I'll just click confirm, and we can jump right into the game. I will be Remote with 2 A's and do our unique check, and it's a valid ID. So let's go ahead and enter the game. And as I mentioned earlier, the game was originally released back in like Korea in 2005. It came out worldwide a bit later. So let's go connect to my character. But what I like about Silkroad Online right away is it's one of those games that are just open worldwide. And there are no IP restrictions, so you can pretty much play the game wherever you are. And that's actually a big deal, because a lot of MMORPGs today still have IP blocks. But most games that have IP blocks are usually available in multiple regions. Like Ica is available in the US through Gpotato, but it's available worldwide through T3 Fun, so they usually work itself out. So here we are right now in Constantinople. And you can see the buildings and stuff are actually reasonably sized. That's actually worth mentioning too, because most games get the proportions wrong for buildings. But you can see my little guide over here telling me where to go. This guy's got a horse over there. Close this out and we can move around too. Graphically, the game actually looks quite nice. I'm not sure if it looked this nice when I used to play it back in the day. But you can zoom out pretty far as well. This guy's got a quest because he's got a scroll over his head. And I love I can talk to him from a mile away. What am I shouting to this guy? Like, hey, I'm over here. It's pretty weird how you can converse with him from so far. So welcome, seems like you are in need of help. Ho ho. Who says ho ho in a conversation? That doesn't happen. But talk to this person. Movement convenience within the castle is only provided for those below level 20. So it looks like I can talk to this guy to teleport around town to certain NPCs. Makes, moving around pretty easy, but I want a quest from you. I don't want to talk to this person. Let's go talk to you. How can I be of service? There's a tutorial over there, and I'm going to click I will go. Though I don't really want to go, so let's fake this guy out and go walk away. So you move with point and click, and I'm not sure if you can move with WSA and D. You can move with the arrow keys, which kind of makes up for the lack of WSAD movement, but WSAD keys are hotkeyed on other things. But luckily you can probably bind your own keys however you like. But for now I am moving with the arrow keys, though point and click makes more sense right now because I'm not used to using the arrow keys for the directional keys for movement over here. This guy's got a horse over there too. Is that a camel? That is epic. He's got a camel mount. This guy looks like a boss. He's got like a lot of trader stuff on him too. But let's go move our way outside over here, and let's just start grinding right now. Though I probably shouldn't be just mindlessly grinding, because that is never a good way to level up. You always want to do quests. But you can see how full this game is. That water looks really freaky. Hold on. It looks so weird, because as I move the camera angle, the reflections totally screw up. Though I'm pretty sure that's just a little glitch. It can't be a big deal. But I can do this all day. It's pretty cool. But let's move outside town. But we've already seen a lot of players in the game, and I am the Golden Plane, where monsters are level 1 to 4. And that's a neat little thing too. I think every MMORPG should just tell you that right away. Statue of Justice. Can we kill the Statue of Justice? It is level 140. Let's not even go near that thing. Well, apparently it hit me for 140,000 damage. Wow, I am now paralyzed, guys. That was weird. Why this guy? Why is this level 140 monster just chillaxing outside the newbie area? But we can click resurrect at present point, and I've been disconnected from the server. What an experience! So guys, I am back. That monster killed me and disconnected me. It double owned me. This guy looks pretty cool over there as a jester. And I'm back in town again, back in Constantinople, where it's pretty packed. And I do like the fact that a lot of people are playing the game. But I think the reason I got disconnected is that monster, the Statue of Justice. I gotta find my way back outside of town. We are gonna go back that way. Nope, Golden Plane is over there. So it'll take us a minute to run back outside of town. But I'm pretty sure why that monster is outside town is to actually prevent botters. I know JoyMax has done a lot recently to try banning all the botters in the game, because there's been a lot of hackers and a lot of botters in Silkroad Online. But JoyMax has been stepping up their game and trying to ban them all. But what they've been doing is placing really hard monsters outside of town. And I guess in this case it's called the Statue of Justice, where because botters in the game usually just have automated programs that play the game for them and attack nearby monsters in the game anywhere in the game. So basically, they level up their characters automatically. But the bots will also attack the Statue of Justice character and have the character one-shotted and disconnected too. So that's actually a pretty creative way to fight botters. I'm not sure how effective it will be in the long run, because I'm sure they'll change their scripts around to not target level 140 monsters. So capture the flag will start in 1 minute. So the game has some cool capture the flag events as well. That always, mixes things up too, which is cool. But we're going to go outside Constantinople and finally start killing some monsters, guys. You got to watch out for the Statue of Justices. I am level 1, but the game's level cap is pretty high as well. And I do want to applaud this game, because even though like you have it's pretty generic 3D fancy MMORPG, I mean, environments-wise, theme-wise, the game isn't anything too original. Though it is based on a historic, trade route, the Silk Road between Asia and Europe. But otherwise, it's a pretty generic game. But it's a really popular game as well. It's very refined, and it's got a huge player base. So that instantly is a pretty good formula. And there's the water again. This looks really funky. But let's go outside town again, back in the Golden Plane, and let's not attack the Statue of Justice. In fact, let's stay away from that guy. I am just scared of being near him. So let's go. I want to kill these guys. They look pretty cool. Avoid the Statue of Justice. That's pretty cool. Their names are Avoid the Statue of Justice. So yeah, guys, you want to avoid those Statue of Justices. Those are for the bots, and they kill them. Which is pretty weird, because they really get noobs too. Because if a noob walks by over there, they just get zapped and get one-shotted. So as I kill these guys, their energy forces go inside of me. At least that's what it looked like. Let's go kill more movias. For a game based on a historical trade route, it's pretty weird that there are random monsters outside of town. But again, it's not a big deal, because we all know in ancient times there were these movias and crazy monsters in the real world. But you can see as I kill these guys, my skill points actually increases. So this is one of those games where your base level is separate from your skill level. Where as you fill up this yellow bar over here, you do get skill points. Close that shenanigans out. I know how this works. Close it out, and let's go kill more movias for now, and I'll explain the skill system in the game. Let's go kill more of these dudes. But as we level up, we do get more skill points down over here, and we can spend our skill points in a very unique way, because the game has no base classes. Even if you're playing as Europeans or you're playing as the Chinese in the game, there's no base classes. Instead, you can kind of grow your character the way you want to. That guy's got a horse too. So the game does have a decent variety of mounts. Now the random player over there, maybe he recognizes me, I don't know. But I think he's following me around. So instead you can choose how to grow your own character however you like. He just added me to a party, and what level is this guy? Can we click on him? Nope, I don't know what level he is, but you know what? I party with this guy. I am a partier with this random guy. But you know what? He's running off on his own. So I'm going to ignore him and kill a few more of these dudes. So my skill points is 1 over here, but let's say I want to be more of a warrior type character. I can start distributing my points on warrior skills. So we got Frenzy Buster, we have Pain Quota, pretty cool name, Physical Fence, and so forth. There are a lot of different skills for each of the... Look at the class names, Warrior, Rogue, Wizard, Warlock, Bard, and Cleric. It's basically skill trees in the game. He said Vin. Not sure what he means by that, but I don't know. He wants me. I think he wants me to follow him. So you know what, guys? Let's follow this guy while I talk about the game skills. So all of the class names are basically talent trees. You can look at them like that, and skill trees of their own. And I am failing at clicking, so close that out over there. And I'm gonna kill this guy over here too. He's level 3. I'm only level 2 right now. So leveling is pretty fast too. But that's because the level cap is like 90 plus, so the leveling does have to be moderately paced. So he still really wants me to follow him. Angel's War over there. So you know what? Can we just right click and follow? /follow? Does that work? It should. I'm sure there's a way to auto follow. I don't know it right now. But I'm gonna kill this guy too. So he can go run off on his own. I'm not sure why he wants me to follow him. But there's a lot of variety because players can kind of make their characters the way they want to. Because say you want to put a lot of your skill points into warrior skills, as well as maybe you got cleric skills. So you're a mix between a warrior and a cleric, and you have a lot of utility that way too. It's an interesting way to do things. I mean, so many games nowadays usually have the very rigid class system, but I like a game that lets you build your character the way you want. And if you want to, you know, you can put your skill points into a bit of everything, you know. You want to mix and match things and do things your own way and pretty much suck at everything, but you can do that. You have the option of ruining your character by putting points into a little bit of everything in the game. So it's something you don't want to do. You want to pick 1 or 2 skills, 1 or 2 class trees at most, and stick with those. Unless you know what you're doing and, you know, you can experiment on your own. It's a neat little system too, and I'm level 2 as well. So where's our base? Our regular experience is at the bottom over here in the little green bar. But we can learn active skills like that too, as well as passive skills. So this guy's kind of trying to power level me, so he's a pretty cool guy. But am I gaining skill points for that, or do I need to kill things? We'll see in a bit. But I guess we'll fight harder stuff when we leave town over here. He's got a horse too, but he's not on his horse right now. So I'm going to pay attention to my experience. I am level 2 right now, and I think my experience just went down. But we'll see. Let's go kill let's kill this guy here on my own. But yeah, I am getting experience too, so I'm sure you could power level me if we kill harder monsters. But we'll look through the interface stuff as well. PvP wise, the game has some depth as well. It actually has multiple PvP modes. There's one PvP mode where there's 3 jobs in the game you can get later on. There's a trader, there's a hunter, and a thief. Traders are supposed to bring goods from one town to another, point A to point B, while hunters are supposed to protect them, while thieves are supposed to kill them both. So thieves have to ambush them, while they have to ambush the traders, while the traders have to hire the hunters to protect them, and they get PvP experience for doing their specific jobs. There's also castle wars in the game, as well as guild battles, and single duels too. So PvP wise, the game is pretty varied. My stats right now are strength and int. That's not that many stats, but you know what? I know where my points are going. It is going into strength. To prevent the loss of accounts, we strongly recommend you do not purchase Silk through PayPal accounts, blah, 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 blah. Pro tip, guys, to get your account not hacked. Don't give out your password. You won't get hacked. So we can see there's his no-name pet over here. Not sure why I'm following this guy around, because if one thing hits me over here, I am going to die. But I do like how they're doing their strategy to prevent botting. It's pretty creative. I think other games have done similar things, but it's actually been pretty effective in Silkroad Online, because a lot of people have reported that there are a lot less bots online, and with less bots online, more players can actually connect to the game. When I first played, every time you try to connect to a server, if it was full, the game would just kick you out of the server, and you'd have to relaunch the game to try reconnecting. And at times, it could take like an hour to actually connect to the game. But this guy's one-shotting everything for me. He's a baller. Combat-wise, the game really wasn't anything too special. I mean, you saw me fight a few things earlier on. We got arrows over there. I'm liking his little husky pet. Is that a husky? Might be. We'll zoom in on it and see in a bit. That guy looks pretty cool too. Not sure where he got the shield too. Shield and the blades, but you know what? He got him from somewhere. I'm gonna try killing it on my own. Even though I'm at 130 HP, but you know what? I cannot handle this. I should probably run away. No, and I failed and I'm dead. But I think I can resurrect where I am. Resurrect at present point. So what bam, I just get back up. That makes the game really easy too. The fact that the game lets you do that. But I'm sure there's some penalty for it, otherwise it would be way too OP. But Joymax actually publishes a few other games. They're the same company behind Deco Online and Dark Eden. And those games, unfortunately, are not that popular. I mean, Joymax's most popular game in North America and worldwide is definitely Silkroad Online. So we got another guy in our party, Hack X Crack. So this is actually not a fast way to level up early on because we're killing weaker things. I could probably grind on my own a bit faster, but you know what? This guy really wanted me to follow him. He said Ven or something, so I'm gonna follow him. All right, no matter where he goes, we'll follow this guy around. And I am gaining experience too, so I guess it kind of helps me out too. But we got a bunch of skill points, so we should spend those. S brings up our skill tree over here. And let's put our points into some of these warrior stuff over here. This one requires mastery level 10. So I'm going to put points in my warrior mastery. So as I put points here, it'll let me get new skills too. Well guys, I am running out of time. If you guys do want to play Silkroad online or just learn more about it, do check out the full review on MMOHut.com. Later guys.